Next step, please.
I have to take attendance.
Oh, sorry. You can, yeah, can you take the roll if they come up here?
Oh, yes. Bordner.
Here.
Hoy. Here. Kilby.
Here.
Miller.
Here.
Sabo.
Here.
Oh, all right, everybody take a turn. Ask the next person. Don't be shy. Good job. Oh, nice. Good job. Hey. Sorry. Okay, well done. Now please help lead everybody in the Pledge of Allegiance. Flags over here. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Good job, guys. Well done. Okay, I move to adopt the agenda as presented. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Bordner.
Yes.
Hoy.
Yes.
Kilby.
Yes.
Miller.
Yes.
Sabo.
Yes.
And I move to approve the regular meeting minutes from February 18th, 2026, and the work session meeting from February 21st, 2026. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Roll.
Hoy.
Yes.
Kilby.
Yes.
Miller.
Yes.
Sabo.
Yes.
Bordner.
Yes.
All right, I'm going to hand it to Dr. Pinzarski to introduce our student showcase.
So I am super excited tonight because you actually get to see student work for what we approved back in September. If you remember this summer, we worked with Wonder Media Studios and they offered us the opportunity to be able to offer animation here at Chagrin. So our partnership, the goal was to expand our student enrichment, especially for grades 4 through 8, and for them to be able to tell their digital story through characters and through animation. So what you're going to see tonight is a little bit probably of the platforms that the students are using, which is Animation Now and Storymaker. And the students write, narrate, and produce animated videos that bring learning to life. And the one super exciting thing for me is that our YouTube channel should go live soon.
Okay.
So we'll get to actually see all of the student work. So one aspect is our animation club. We also, which is at the intermediate school, we also do 6th grade growth block, which they may share a little bit on that tonight. The other programming that's going on is at the middle school. There's a group of students that are working to write and produce a full animated musical. And some expansion would be possibly programming for this summer, as well as expanding into next year and hopefully hitting Gurney at some point so we get that nice vertical alignment. So with that said, I'll hand it off to Mr. Howell and his team.
Which one is the best way to face? I don't
Actually, you
know.
can face the audience.
Face the audience?
Tonight.
Okay, face the audience. All right, well, hello, everybody. My name is Shannon Geiger. I am one of the teachers that helps to lead the after-school program with our 4th and 5th graders. And we run, and this is Mrs. Ajizi. She also helps to run the after-school program.
I'm Annie Schloop. I'm one of the school counselors, and we do the growth block for the 6th graders.
Okay, and do you want to, should we? Yeah, here we go. Go ahead, take it away.
Hi, I'm Maya, and today I'll be presenting with Sophia, Elsie, Sophia, Reagan, Mara, and Axel. And this is a sample of one of our videos that I voiced using the animation program.
Hi, my name is Maya, and I'm here with my friends Elsie, Sophia, Reagan, Axel, and Mara. We're here to talk about Storymaker Animation Program. We have used through Wonder Media with Miss Juicy, Miss Geiger, and Miss Lou. We've worked together to complete different animation projects by working in teams to create a script, become voice actors, and make animations. It's been a fun first year for our club in growth. And we are so excited to share a little about what we have learned with you.
So what is our animation program? Our sixth grade animation meets during growth block. If you don't know what growth block is, it's a class that gives students a chance to try out different activities based on what they're interested in. Some growth block activity examples have been music ensembles, cursive, ASL, piano lessons, coding, and learning about some different history months.
Fourth and fifth graders meet in a club after school for animation, and we write scripts based on a topic, pick voice actors, and record them for personalized animation stories.
To write a script, you need to decide on a topic. One of my topics for one of my videos was about not judging a book by its cover. One person wrote the script and the whole group gave ideas. Like I got the idea, but someone else wrote the script. And then we wrote our animations into the script to make sure that the people who animated it put the right things that we wanted in. We made the script make sense, and we made sure that it had correct wording and grammar. Two of the things that we use for the recording are the microphone and the sound booth. We use the microphone for recording the voice actor's voice, and the sound booth to make sure no extra noise gets in the recordings.
This is our recording software called Twisted Wave. There's a couple main buttons, such as the record button, the play button, the forward, and the back. You record an audio and click File. Once you click Download, it'll pop up a window that says Gloves. Sorry. You should click make sure it's a WAV file. So. Okay, great.
Another step that we do is the animations. Students pick the animations and add them into their scripts. We're working towards animating the videos by ourselves. Fourth and fifth grade animation club tested this out on Monday. These are some of my favorite animations. This was the character I voice acted in, so here's some of my favorites. The cha-cha. The dab.
Nice, of course.
The jive.
Nice.
The jig.
This is the talk that me and Mara did. Mara, what's that character?
Who's better, cats or dogs? The most common arguments known to humans. To start things off, many people like cats because they're cute, loyal, cuddly, and very fluffy too. For example, they snuggle with you, and they can make you feel really happy when you're feeling sad. On the other hand, some people like dogs more than cats because they're cute, funny, and always by your side. They're always willing to play and make your day better. In my opinion, I like cats better, but we should all respect people's opinions, even if they're different. Everyone has their own opinion, but clearly snails are better.
The most recent animation program we did was an ed talk about kindness. We had one person type out the script while we brainstormed as a group.
Kindness is a lot of rather than empathy, including others, accepting everyone for who they are, or listening to others when they talk. Kindness is the most important life lesson that you can learn. We should all strive to be kinder to everyone in our lives. For example, when there is a new kid at school, instead of ignoring them, try going up to them and introduce yourself. Another important lesson in kindness is standing up for and to people. If you see something, say something. When someone is being bullied, you should help them out and stand up for them. It is also important to have empathy. When you have empathy, you put yourself in others' shoes and try to picture things from their point of view. Being empathetic is important because everybody is going through different things.
The rest of our videos that we made can be seen on our YouTube page, and the more videos we make, the more that will be on there.
These are some of the things we like about the club. I like getting to make my own script. My favorite things were writing the script and trying out the new recording software.
I like using their actual recordings, like recording software.
My favorite thing about the animation program is learning a new skill and hanging out with my friends.
My favorite thing is writing the scripts and determining the different animations that go best with it.
My favorite thing is hanging out with my friends and learning a new skill while having fun. I like collaborating as a group to learn a new skill, and I look forward to animating our own videos.
Does anyone have any questions?
So maybe now turn around.
I have a question, and anybody can answer. But was there any part of this animation that was unexpectedly hard? Like, I expect you guys have spent your whole lives watching animations of some sort, right? Was there any part where you're like, wow, Pixar made this look really easy, but it's actually not?
One of the hard things was like determining who wanted to be the voice actor because multiple people wanted to do that at the same time. And like, because obviously if you're going to do like a character that you wouldn't normally, like that's not similar to your actual voice, you'd have to make it go like deeper or like higher, you know? So that was kind of hard.
You put some talent.
Another thing that was unexpectedly hard was coming up with the script, because at some points you could like get really stumped and not figure out what to do while writing.
Did you start with then the fill in the blank scripts where you were just kind of practicing what was done? Did you have any of those animated?
So we started with like characters that we chose as our groups, and we recorded them, but we didn't animate them. And most of the wording in the script was already written out for us. We just needed to write some new things.
I'm wondering what, and maybe you explained this and I didn't catch it. Like, what is the exact order? Like, you choose the script and then do you choose the animations first, or do you choose the voice first and then animate based on what the official script is?
So first we would like either get a fill in the blank script or write our own script, and then we would choose whose voice would fit best with it. So we'd all run through and talk through it and see like which voice matched the character the best or the script. And then we like put the animations in the script, and then we recorded it and sent it into the animation software.
Okay.
So when they say that they sent it into the animation software, the first level of Story Studio is that the team at Wonder Media actually does what they want them to do. So they're actually
okay.
going through the whole program and they're overlaying the voice with the animation and maybe sometime music and sound effects. Have you played with that section yet? The sound effects are pretty cool.
Okay.
So when you go through, they're learning right now how to write a script so that an animator can do the work. The
Okay.
next step in Level Studio is to actually do that. So where right now we have licenses with Wonder Media to do these first level animations. My goal is that these sixth graders next year or so will be able to do animations for the new class that's learning how to do it, and we won't have to send it off.
Exciting.
So
Yeah,
that's
and-
pretty exciting for us to think about what you'll be able to actually produce. The other pieces that are coming down the pike, and I don't know if they've hit yet or not, they're going to start doing some PSAs for our support organizations. So
Oh,
they've
nice.
started to write things that they want the kids to animate, want them to do the voice acting for. And the final component that I know they don't know yet is that we're working with our alumni. And so we actually have professional voice actors for animation that are graduates from Chagrin. We have people that have been working at Disney who actually audition voice actors. And so the different components of animation, they've been willing to donate time to help teach and work with our classes. So that's coming down the pike too.
That's incredible.
Right, I feel like we're all gonna be subscribers to your YouTube channel.
Please.
And so you've shown us a little bit like sneak peek of what you've done. So can we have some spoilers as to some scripts that are floating around in your brain that might be topics that you're looking forward to creating?
So I'm going to do a script that I haven't animated yet, but it's about the worst superhero ever. And yeah.
So we, like us four, we have a podcast called Sophia Squared. So we are hoping to I do Sophia Squared. So we were hoping to like animate that.
There are some really cool backgrounds and ideas where you can animate someone at a desk interviewing someone so that both characters are animated, or you can do one of the characters live. And I saw you were playing with setting like the backgrounds. I don't know how much you've done that, but it's really, they provide us a whole bunch of set backgrounds, but you can also design those yourself as we get more experienced. It's wonderful.
What are y'all most excited about that you haven't done yet?
Animating the podcast.
I just look forward to animating anything on our own without sending it in.
Okay,
Cool.
nice.
Ready for that next step.
Oh, also possibly animating for next year, as you said, that could be a fun thing to try and do.
Love that.
Have we talked about figuring out how to animate Mortimer yet?
I was just going to add to this. So in our after-school program, just this last Monday, our after-school program kids did dabble in their own animations where we did not send it off. And I will say it was awesome. And the kids had a lot of fun. We had different kids. Some were recording, some were writing scripts, some were doing the animation. It is a lot. And they were way faster at it than we were. So they were definitely taken to it a lot faster than we were. So I'm excited about it. It will definitely be amazing next year when they go right to it. So it's going to be really cool.
We can't wait to see what you come up with at your next presentation.
Yeah. They're doing really cool things.
So the last piece that I'll add is that when we actually were selected and were able to reach this agreement last summer, the thing that was said to me was that the teachers make all the difference. And if you don't have the right teachers, this program won't grow and thrive the way you want it to. And I just want to thank all of you for doing this for us. We know we kind of put it on your plate, and I kind of worked with Mr. Howell and said, please do this for us. And he said, I have the perfect group. And you've proven that we've exceeded expectations, and I hope that you continue this work. Thank you for everything.
Yeah, they're really good, like helping us learn the different, like what to do, and they're really helpful when they do that.
Thank you so much.
Well, we have more to do in our meeting, but we're going to take a 5-minute break so people can slip out if they so choose. You will not hurt our feelings.
Thank you.
Treasurer's report.
All right, are we good, Mike? Yep. Okay. Okay, so we are looking at January. This is probably the last month I can fit all these in here, so going forward, I'm not gonna keep every month on this slide. But this second to last column here is January. Started out with almost 16.7 million, received 878,000, spent 2.9 million for a deficit for the month of 2 million, with an ending cash balance of 14.6 million. That is as of January. Okay. Looking at what our revenue looks like compared to prior years, the blue is current year. All those shades of gray there are prior years. January is never a big month for revenue. We get usually one advance, so it's, you know, bigger than November and December, but not a whole lot of money here coming in January typically. And we know that and we prepare for it. Year to date, this is compared to where we were in January of prior years. So you can see revenue is not growing. Revenue is staying pretty flat over the last few years, which we know. We've discussed why that happens. Moving to expenditures, again, the color, so the orange is the current year, shades of gray are prior years. So we're looking at this right here. This is January. Expenditure is slightly down from last year in January. And then on a cumulative basis, January for the fiscal year compared to priors, right about where we were last year at this time in the year. Trying to control that growth there. Cash balance, as we have stated, and I kind of point out every time we talk finances, our cash balance is down this year. That's because we're, you know, heading toward the end of a levy cycle. After we passed the levy in 2020, cash balance went up, and then we start to spend that down. So this orange here is the current year. Moving on to self-insurance fund, holding pretty steady. We are slowly creeping up there again. Probably by the end of this year, if the trend continues, we would hope to be able to do another holiday if this continues in this direction. Hopefully we could do another holiday in like November or December.
What does that mean?
A premium holiday, so we don't charge the premium for a month. So this, if you're looking here on the math on it, this contribution number, we would not bring money in that month. So it saves the staff members that premium because they don't contribute, but it also saves the district way more because we pay more for the insurance than the staff members, but saves the district that money because we don't move it out of the general fund into the self-insurance fund because we have a sufficient balance.
Okay.
So we would we call that a premium holiday. We've done it one time before, a couple years ago, and it's still performing the way we would like it to. So if that trend continues, we might be able to do it again in November or December of this year. That would be wonderful. Cash and deposits for the end of the month in January. If you're following along and you're kind of, you know, paying attention to this pie chart here, this investment management piece is larger than it has been in prior months. The star looks a little bit smaller than it has. That is not because the investment management is not significantly growing. It's the overall dollar balance is going down. Our cash balance is going down. So the money that we're holding in the star account is down, but our management account, the dollars are pretty steady. It's a higher percentage now because our overall cash balance is starting to decline. So for the financial spotlight, on Friday we were talking, I had one thing ready for you guys, and I'll push that off to next month. But we have had a lot of questions lately about the age and experience level of our teaching staff. So I pulled some numbers to try to give you a picture of where we are at. This first graph is the age of our teachers. So pull this histogram, and I don't know why this does this with a parentheses and then a bracket here. This is just the way Excel does a histogram. I tried it. I spent probably an hour trying to fix it and I can't.
I
It
can
would not let
appreciate
me do
that,
it the way I
but-
wanted to do it. So what this is between ages 30 and 35, between 35 and 40, and so on. So I broke this down into ranges. We're pretty evenly dispersed. 50 to 55 is our largest group. And then over 55 is, pretty equal to the others. I then took this and, our average age is 43. This is all of the same information. I just changed the buckets. So I took over 50, under 30, and then kind of those middle ranges there. Just because I think it's interesting to see the over 55 versus the over 50. So I just pulled these two into one bucket just to try to see what that would look like.
And Ashley, for I don't know, for the crowd, the three people watching, hopefully many more, but I think it makes sense to kind of point out that a lot of times you see that 50 range being a lot higher, because then if a teacher and educator came straight out of college and has been teaching that entire time, then they become eligible for retirement sometime in their 50s, right?
50s typically,
If
right?
you've gone 30 years.
Right. So typically you're gonna see we're not a stepping stone district.
Right.
We don't have people come here and leave. So, in some districts where people go there, for 4 or 5 years and then take off to another position and take off to another position, we're the ones who are stealing those teachers from those other districts.
Right.
So once they get here, they stay. So yeah, you would expect to see this, something similar to this for sure. Okay, so this is age. Moving to experience. So, and I put a little asterisk there because this is years of experience in chagrin. So I don't have accurate, reliable data on prior years experience for teachers who worked somewhere other than chagrin. So if we did steal that teacher from another district, I don't know for sure how many years of experience they have in STRS. We have some data. I don't know how reliable it is. I don't know the exact numbers, and it's not complete data. So I only have it for a select number of teachers. So when we have these conversations internally and we start looking at the makeup of our staff, we'll take those into consideration, but I didn't want to publish it in a graph because I don't know that it's accurate. It's not 100% complete, so I didn't want to put it to paper and publish it on the website. So when we're talking experience, we're talking chagrin experience. Current average is 13 years of our staff. Again, this is broken up by less than 5. So we have 50 teachers who have less than 5 years of experience. We have between 20 and 30, so that's probably 25 teachers with over 25 years of chagrin experience. And then again, what you probably need to do when you're looking at this is each of these probably is moved up a little bit just because we need to consider that prior experience. So some of these teachers where I say they have 20 to 25, it might be more like 28, 30, depending on how long they worked in another district before they came to Chagrin.
Do we know, like on average, how many years of experience they have when they come here?
I mean, we would have that for the last few years. We would be able to look and see, like if I went through every resume and we could figure it out.
Yeah, I just wondered,
But
like,
it's not a point of data that I can pull from the system. No. And we are starting to look at trying to include that somewhere when we're doing intake, just because we've been having these conversations, trying to figure out how to get that other than just asking. Because that also is not always 100% accurate, because if you worked somewhere, maybe you didn't contribute. So if you worked as a student in college in a state school, you didn't contribute to the retirement system, but you could buy those years. So I might think that somebody has 20 years and then they come back and buy 4. Now they jump up to 24. So try to figure out a way to get accurate data on
Or
that.
you work somewhere private that doesn't contribute and
Right.
then
You can buy years. Yes, I could buy my years of working at OU. It's very expensive now. I should have just done it long ago. Okay, this again, same information, fewer buckets. This is our newbies, so we have just over 50. I would call this our veterans. And then, you know, our middle ground, more than 5, less than 20. And this is probably pretty much what we would expect before we put this graph together. This is kind of what I would have expected it to look like.
Yeah, would you say we probably don't have a ton of teachers that we get right out of college? So when we look at the less than 5 years of experience at 50 teachers, but only 20 teachers or so, 23 teachers maybe are under age 30.
Yeah, so this combines those.
There we go.
So this is age going across the bottom, going up is years at Chagrin. So you can see, you know, kind of a pretty steady line here. But again, not everybody starts here at Chagrin. So you have people, you know, here who are further in age with not quite as much Chagrin experience. I would imagine that these few people here with, you know, little Chagrin experience, but up farther in this age range, they've got definitely, they have some experience elsewhere.
who's our septuagenarian?
So what's that?
Sorry, I was like, who's the septuagenarian? I'm so curious.
So oops, this green here is average. So I took the average age and the average experience just so we could kind of see where that's at on this this graph. What we're considering when we're talking about all of these is how likely it is that we have large groups of teachers who will leave us all at once, because we have to prepare for that type of thing. This is the most recent STRS retirement chart, and I put the link in here for anybody who wants to look at it. Current chart is current through May 1st of 2030. After that, it bumps up, it changes, and then it changes again after 32. So right now, if you're over 44 and you have 27 years of experience, you can retire. Very reduced, obviously you would get 30%. Your unreduced starts at 32 years. So this is through 30. The next one, it's going to bump up to 33 for unreduced, and then 34 for unreduced. So we're going to see over the next 5 years, or I would expect to see over the next 5 years, large groups of teachers starting to retire. Okay, so 27 years of experience, or anyone over age 60 with at least 5 years of experience overall. So if you look at our makeup, 27 years is, you know, anybody over this could potentially leave. But because we don't have prior, I would expect that a large group of, you know, these people are probably eligible as well. And then obviously anyone over here, over 60 can go. Depending on, you know, everybody's financial situation is different, obviously, how many years they have, where their age range falls, and how many years, you know, they want to stay and get this number up. Those are the kinds of things we're trying to anticipate and plan for as we have our planning discussions and trying to plan out our next few years. So I've had some questions about this, not only from our staff, because we're talking about it, but from outside too. I've had a couple people ask about it, so I thought this would be a good one to pop in here for our spotlight.
Just remember, beyond teaching staff, these retirement standards and graphs apply to almost all administrators, because all have teaching licenses. So they're under the same system. And if you looked at our administrative team, I think it would mirror what we're seeing with the teachers as well.
Yeah.
Thank you.
That was really interesting. Yeah.
Do you have any ideas or questions or anything you want me to try to extrapolate? I'm happy to do it.
In those white boxes,
Mhm.
the black numbers, is that the percentage of that's the benefits calculation table? So
The
anything
STRS.
outside, anything outside that,
Hold on, I
The
lost
green
it.
chart.
Yeah,
Yeah, so it's
I'm trying to find it again.
It's unreduced, I think, and you only get down to.
My mother-in-law gets 100%.
65 and over.
In Kentucky.
Wow, well, if you work 46 years here, you can get 100%.
Yeah.
yeah,
Did somebody already answer your question?
I think so.
So the
Just
green,
as
are you asking about the
benefit
green versus the
calculation
black and
page.
white?
Is when you can retire.
The green is reduced.
Got it.
So anything with a number is you can possibly retire.
Yep.
Green is reduced retirement. White and black is unreduced retirement.
Got it. But that's still those signify the percentages.
The percentages of the, it's called the final average salary, and I don't remember what STRS is
I think it's
because,
the last 5 years.
is it last 5 years? Okay.
Got it.
That's why, yeah, you want to get to the maximum. Teachers try to get to the maximum
Sure,
amount.
yeah.
Right.
Right,
That's
like
what-
masters plus or,
It's reduced, yeah. That was my question, because it's still reduced, but it's not.
Yeah,
Okay,
unless you work 46 years and then you get 100% of it.
correct, yes.
to teach LMAD.
Sophia's. Okay. All right, that's all I have.
Okay, thank you. Next on the agenda is public participation, which I'm guessing we have none of. There's no public here. Okay, item 5.01. I move to appoint member Kimberly Kilby as the Student Achievement Liaison for OSBA for 2026. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Thank you.
Discussion? You don't wanna?
I read the stuff.
Okay. I gave you a chance. Kilby,
Yeah.
Miller,
Yes.
Sabo,
Yes.
Fordner,
Yes.
Hoy.
Yes.
Okay, superintendent's recommendation? You're up. Do you have anything that you want to say or no?
Usually do the motion.
I moved to.
And then,
Okay, and then you can talk
Yeah.
about it. Sorry.
no worries.
I move to approve the revised policy as presented. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Okay.
So this was a food service policy that was in one of I think it was the House Bill 10, where it was a vocabulary issue as to where a food item was defined as one thing. They now need it labeled as another. So it's not a major change, but our policy has to be updated by March 20th.
But as someone whose child has a significant egg allergy, when it's talking about that part of the definition, I appreciate that those things are paid attention to.
Okay.
Miller,
Yes.
Sabo,
Yes.
Fordner,
Yes.
Hoy,
Yes.
Kilby.
Yes.
Item 6.02, I move to approve the proposal for Chagrin Falls football team to travel to Mount Union University from July 20th, 2026 to July 22nd, 2026. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Just remember, all overnight trips have to be board approved.
Right.
This is typical.
Sabo,
Yes.
Fordner,
Yes.
Hoy,
Yes.
Kilby,
Yes.
Miller.
Yes. Item 6.03, I move to approve the staff resignations as presented. Do I have a second?
No second.
Fordner,
Yes.
Hoy,
Yes.
Kilby,
Yes.
Miller,
Yes.
Sabo.
Yes.
Item 6.04, I move to approve the certified teacher contracts contingent upon meeting all requirements as presented. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
So just to give you a little background on this one specifically, first of all, Zach is a student teacher and doing a fabulous job at our high school. Really proud of the work he's done and the way he's participated in our district. Due to an absence this year, our building sub, which is our long-term sub, who had the certification, was placed in that position. The high school essentially lost their building sub, and a building sub reports every day. They have access to a slightly higher pay. They're also someone that the kids get to know, that know the routines that can easily flow in. With spring and summer approaching, end of school year, we tend to have and see a lot of absences. And so filling that position now makes sense because Zach will become available, and then that fills that slot where they haven't had a building sub for several months. So that's what this one is. Makes sense.
Hoy,
Yes.
Kilby,
Yes.
Miller,
Yes.
Sabo,
Yes.
Portner.
Yes.
Item 6.05, I move to approve the following certified staff for additional hours as presented. Do I have a second?
I second.
This is standard. If they're standard kind of procedures, I technically usually don't speak about them. So if you have questions, let me know.
Kilby,
Yes.
Miller,
Yes.
Sabo,
Yes.
Portner,
Yes.
Hoy.
Yes.
Item 6.06, I move to approve the following substitutes on an as-needed basis contingent upon meeting all requirements as presented. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
So this type of substitute would be the substitute that we would call and see if they were available, and they would get assigned to the building on a day-to-day basis. What's super special about this one is that Palin has been an employee for us in the past, and she had to resign this year to do student teaching. Again, very successful in her student teaching. And so now she's willing to help sub and continue that work for the remainder of the year. But it's different because Gurney's building subs are filled.
Does a building sub have some kind of different license than a day-to-day sub, or it's the same thing?
It can be the same.
But they're expected to be there every day.
Right, yeah.
Miller,
Yes.
Sabo,
Yes.
Portner,
Yes.
Hoy,
Yes.
Kilby.
Yes.
Item 6.07, I move to approve the following classified staff contracts as presented contingent upon meeting all requirements. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
The only thing I'll draw out here are their start dates are retroactive because these were positions that we had to fill immediately given the position that was vacated. So that's why sometimes, and I'll draw those out when we see them, those are why those are retroactive. And remember, I have the power to hire in those situations, and then the board would finalize at the next board meeting.
Sabo,
Yes.
Portner,
Yes.
Hoy,
Yes.
Kilby,
Yes.
Miller.
Yes. Item 6.08, I move to approve the following classified staff for additional hours as presented. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Two.
Jeez.
Portner,
Yes.
Hoy,
Yes.
Kilby,
Yes.
Miller,
Yes.
Sabo.
Yes.
Item 6.09, I move to approve the following classified substitutes on an as-needed basis contingent upon meeting all requirements as presented. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Hoy,
Yes.
Kilby,
Yes.
Miller,
Yes.
Sabo,
Yes.
Portner.
Yes.
Item 6.10, I move to approve the presented athletic supplemental and service co-curricular contracts for the spring season of the 2025-2026 school year, contingent upon candidate meeting all requirements. Can I have a second?
I second.
So you approved the larger spreadsheet last month. This fulfills some of those blanks that Charlie was still looking and working for our athletic director. The only thing I want to draw your attention to, it's not just hiring the three, there was a correction based on that original chart because you just had to figure out where the experience and where the salary was.
Kilby,
Yes.
Miller,
Yes.
Sabo,
Yes.
Portner,
Yes.
Hoy.
Yes.
6.11, I move to approve the following volunteers contingent upon meeting all requirements as presented. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Miller,
Yes.
Sabo,
Yes.
Bordner,
Yes.
Hoy,
Yes.
Kilby.
Yes.
6.12, I move to approve the following payments for community education programming as presented. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Sabo,
Yes.
Bordner,
Yes.
Hoy,
Yes.
Kilby,
Yes.
Miller.
Yes. Item 6.13, I move to approve the presented staff and volunteers for summer community education programs contingent upon meeting all requirements. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
The only thing I'll add is we're hoping to add.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Bordner,
Yes.
Hoy,
Yes.
Kilby,
Yes.
Miller,
Yes.
Sabo.
Yes.
Item 6.14, I move to approve the contract regarding the electricity purchase program of the Ohio Schools Council as presented. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
So a couple of questions were raised about this, and I just wanted to clarify that this is not a new contract for Chagrin. Ashley did some research, and according to our Ohio School Council, we saved 180,000 on electricity over the last 2 years.
Excellent.
So that's why we're continuing this agreement.
Hoy,
Yes.
Kilby,
Yes.
Miller,
Yes.
Sabo,
Yes.
Bordner.
Yes.
Okay, treasurer's recommendations.
In turn, 7.01 is the then and now certificate to the ESC of the Western Reserve. This is one that the PO came after the invoice. I believe this is one that we had an invoice for and had to create a new one, I believe. I'm recommending your approval.
So moved.
Second.
Kilby,
Yes.
Miller,
Yes.
Sabo,
Yes.
Bordner,
Yes.
Hoy.
Yes.
Item 7.02 is the tax rate resolution. So just a reminder of how this, actually, let me get the motion first. Let me take motion in a second, then I'll discuss.
I move to approve resolution 26-014, accepting the amounts and rates as determined by the County Budget Commission and authorizing the necessary tax levies and certifying them to the county auditor. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Okay, thank you. So, our process, if you recall, at the, January meeting, the first meeting of the year, you approved the tax budget. So we create the budget based on expended revenues or expected revenues and expected expenditures. We certify that to the county. The county then takes, those numbers. We have a conversation about, what the tax rates are needed to cover those expenditures. This year we've kind of just done it before through a couple emails, or if they had questions, or we had phone conversations. This year we had a meeting, a virtual meeting via Teams. They are recording those and transcribing them. So I actually have the transcription if anybody would like it. And they're just making the process a little bit more formal now. But they then take what we discussed, they determine the rates that we need to assess taxes. They create this resolution, send it to us, we approve it, I send it to them, and then they set the tax rates. So rates, if you're looking and comparing to the prior year, the rates on our resolution are exactly the same as they were last year. And that is because this is the full rate. They will then make the adjustment based on the tax, the property valuation. So they'll adjust for House Bill 920. So the actual tax rates that get charged will be lower because property values went up overall. So the actual tax rate that's charged will go down. But if you're looking at the numbers, they're exactly the same as last year. Right, any questions on that?
And to clarify, this is Cuyahoga County, since we live in two districts. or
Yes,
two
the
counties.
rates apply to everybody,
Right.
but we deal with Cuyahoga.
With, yes, that's our
Um,
county of
Yeah,
interaction.
and that is because more of our tax base is in Cuyahoga.
Right.
So next month, I will bring to you, I've created, in the past, kind of a table and some graphs kind of showing you our tax rates based on actual millage, based on the effective millage and that type of thing. So I'll bring that to you next week, just kind of or not next week, next month, bring this to a close.
We
Okay.
can say that more of our is it because there are just more households within Cuyahoga? Is that what you mean when you say?
I mean, there are more households, but the dollar value, more of our tax valuation is in
Okay.
Cuyahoga.
Okay.
If that were to ever flip flop, I'll be honest with you, I don't know if it would change, if it would then move to Geauga, I have no idea.
Okay.
If I don't know that,
But it's an
I've
interesting
never
thought exercise.
experienced it, yeah. But we have a larger portion of our tax bases in Cuyahoga.
Okay. It's unlikely.
Yeah, but I don't know what would happen. Actually, I've never thought about it, so. Okay, we already got motion in second. Are there any questions? Any other questions? Miller,
Yes.
Sabo,
Yes.
Bordner,
Yes.
Hoy,
Yes.
Kilby.
Yes.
And then 7.03 is the monthly reports, which I went through at the top of the meeting, recommending approval.
So moved.
A second.
Questions, comments? Sabo,
Yes.
Bordner,
Yes.
Hoy,
Yes.
Kilby,
Yes.
Miller.
Yes.
Good for me.
Okay, no other business?
I just want to bring up one thing so that you are aware. We were hoping to have a contract on this agenda for work to be done the end of next week. Unfortunately, the contract wasn't available. We couldn't
Yeah.
get everything in order for tonight. So there is a chance that I may have to request a special meeting next week.
Okay.
And so what we would do is notify you and look at availability of dates and times. And then from there, we would do our proper advertising and make sure that the public knew what the agenda, what the contract was, that we would be approving, and then call a meeting just for that purpose. Those are not streamed. Those are not anything where there's any public participation or anything. It's strictly action on one agenda item. I just wanted to give you a heads up in
That's
case that happens.
Facility work of some type?
No.
Okay. Okay, but the turf is done.
Turf is
right?
done.
Yeah.
Great, thanks.
That's exciting. Yeah, that's good fun. All right, any other business? No, again, no public participation, I'm guessing. Okay, announcement of our next meeting. Our next regular board meeting will be on April 15th, 2026 at 7 PM right here in the Sands Community Room. Okay. No executive session. So I move to adjourn the meeting.
I'll second.
Bordner,
Yes.
Hoy,
Yes.
Kilby.
Yeah.
Miller,
Yes.
Sabo.
Yes.